And technical education has become one of Arizona's fastest growing pathways from the classroom to the workforce.
There's so many great options here in Arizona for people who go that route. But as thousands of East Valley students head back to school, one of the state's largest career education partnerships is starting the year without a funding agreement. How can they do that, right? Education Impact reporter Nohelani Graf is here explaining why students likely won't notice a difference this term, which is great, Nohe, but school leaders say the long-term outlook is far less certain.
It feels so relatable as a parent, doesn't it? All the chaos happening behind the scenes so that the kids don't know. So that's going to be the case here for now. These specialty classrooms will be open when students head back to school over these coming weeks. But behind the scenes, the districts paying for many of those career programs are locked in a funding dispute that has now stretched from the negotiating table into the classroom, leaving long-term answers and taxpayer dollars in limbo.
When school starts this year, high schoolers will still put on lab coats, wear welding glasses, look through microscopes and camera lenses, hands-on learning as they know it. That's because all 9 East Valley school districts said they'll dip into reserves to keep career and technical education, or CTE, programs funded, even without a new agreement with the East Valley Institute of Technology. The dispute began after EVIT and the districts couldn't agree on a new intergovernmental agreement, and when talks broke down, EVIT cut off funding to district-run CTE programs altogether. Craig Pearson, Higley Unified School District's Assistant Director of CTE, says that hit close to home.
EVIT, for the first time in our 30-plus year history, cut off our funding. So we have 23 CTE teachers. We run 20 different programs, so that was a loss of about $2.2 million.
District leaders say satellite programs give more students access to career training without leaving their home school for half the day, a real hurdle for athletes, AP students, kids in fine arts.
It doesn't mean they shouldn't have the opportunity to get quality career and technical education.
After months of failed talks, the districts sued in December. In June, a Maricopa County judge sided with them on a key point, ruling that without a new agreement, EVIT has no oversight over how districts spend their share of CTE funding.
The school districts get to use that money as their money, and if EVIT doesn't have an IGA with them, then EVIT doesn't have any oversight.
But the property taxes that fund those programs are still being collected. They're just sitting frozen without a new agreement in place. Reserves keep classes running this year, but it's not permanent. Tempe Union estimates it can self-fund for about 3 years. Other districts could run out sooner. More than 25,000 students are counting on these programs. And right now, their future runs through a courtroom, not a classroom.
So in a statement, EVIT Superintendent Chad Wilson said the organization is grateful the court took the time to sort through such a complicated funding dispute, but that the ruling doesn't give schools clarity heading into the new school year. Wilson added that students and parents should not be leveraged in a legal dispute. But school leaders on both sides do say that they hope negotiations resume, because if they don't, the question shifts from whether students are affected this year to how long districts can afford to shield them from it. And that's your Education Impact.
Our Nohelani Graf, always good stuff. Thanks, Nohe, for that report.